Hi everybody, welcome back. It is finally October, and in light of the cozy, scary season of the year, I decided to bring one of my favorite eerie, unsettling games to life, Night in the Woods. So Night in the Woods is actually a game where for once I watched gameplay before I played it myself. Oh my god, I have never played a character like Mae Borowski. She is the protagonist. This is going to be a spoiler-free video, by the way, so there's no major spoilers for the plots of this game. I'm just going to say that she was presented in a way where very quickly I understood why she had the dialogue options that she had and why she delivered them the way that she did, even though I was playing them and I was like, some of the unsettlingness came from the fact that I was like, I would never say that, I would never say either of those, oh my god, like, why would you say those, you know? And so that kind of added a lot to like the tension of the game, especially as things like unfolded or in scenes where you would click on something thinking it would be harmless and she would manage to deliver it in a way that was very much not the case. But at the same time, I just love her. And for the longest time, I had no idea how dark to expect this game to get. Is that arm real? Is it fake? Are we ever gonna meet Casey? Where does the lore behind the workers' rights movement of the town end? And like ghost stories begin. I thought it was so fascinating. The whole supporting cast is beautiful and like cool and interesting, and they felt so real. It was a very immersive game, I think, emotionally. And so, being an artist, it resonated with me, and I wanted to make stuff for it. I made some posters, I made a sticker. I love this so much. I 3D sculpted something for this in real life. I sculpted with clay for this. I've never done that for something that I've played before. For good reason. But you'll see that at the end. Before that, I made some posters. So in the game, in Mae's bedroom, you have access to Mae's computer where you can do your daily click on charcoal, you can check the news, you can check her friends' away messages or chat with them, and you can play a game. So in this video game, there is an internal in-universe video game. I love a game in a game. I love a game in a game. I loved, one of my favorite things about original Animal Crossing was that there was a furniture item that you could have where you could play like actually play in the game, like play old arcade games on. I have a love-hate relationship with the games in a game in Stardew Valley. Love the lore, hate the gameplay. I'm just not very good at those kinds of games. It's not that deep. So the game in a game, Demon Tower, is set up that you basically play where Mae last left off. So where she was last playing it in high school is where you pick up the game again and you just dive right in. And I don't know if it's because of the immersion, I don't know if it's because I just love the color, the simplicity, but also like the challenge of it. I'm not even terribly good at this game. I will tell you this right now. I'm really not very good at Demon Tower. I love it. I could play Demon Tower for hours, and I have played Demon Tower for hours just because it doesn't even matter that I like take forever to advance in a level. I just love the gameplay. I love the vibe. I love this is gonna sound so weird, the implication of in-game lore. I'm in love with it. So I knew I had to make something specifically inspired by Demon Tower. One thing that Mae and I have in common is her impulsivity and also the earnestness with which she like really fully throws herself into something when she gets into it or when it catches her attention. So we have that in common. And given that we see a lot of her bedroom, we also see a lot of like, she has a lot of posters on the wall, and they all like obviously have like this kind of like in-game style from Night in the Woods. And I just I love them. I think they're great, and I'm a poster person. I like posters too. I design literally the whole thing. So I decided to not only make a poster for Demon Tower, but I wanted to make one that would look like it fits in on her wall with the style of posters that she has in her room. And I love it. I think it bangs. This next poster was a late addition actually because the gameplay that I watched focused on Bee's storyline, and when I played, I decided that I would like to play Greg's storyline because I love Greg. I love Greg. I think I would like to put Greg in my pocket if I didn't think he would chew a hole right through there. But I love him, and upon my playthrough, I came across like a mini game where we were kind of throwing like pierogies like in his open mouth, which he's so fun. Honestly, he's so game for everything. I love him. And it kind of looked like Jaws to me. Like I just kind of loved the way that it looked. I love the game's aesthetics. And so I decided to do some fun side posters for Feast of the Perpetual Pierogi, a holiday that Greg made up on the spot, I am pretty sure. Even in universe. But yeah, I just love it. It's simple, they're fun, I liked playing with the actual aesthetics of the game. I love them, I think they're great. Then I knew I had to make something inspired by family, because that is a core component of this game. May and her family, their relationships, not only their relationships to each other, their relationships and their role within this town, which is the relationship and the role of their family history. I think uncovering that was probably one of my favorite aspects of the storytelling in this game. Even the little details you can discover. So I knew I had to focus something on May and her parents, Candy and Stan. And when I was playing downstairs, because I never missed an opportunity to watch TV with Dad, because it always reminds me of how my dad and I used to watch that kind of TV together as this little like ritual. I noticed that they had this textile art on the wall that said "Bless this mess," and I felt like that encapsulated the Borowski family pretty well. I thought it was very cute and funny, but I also thought that like if you thought about it for like even just a second, I was like, yeah, that's kind of their whole vibe. That's their whole vibe. They're a mess, but bless them. And I decided, hey, I don't know how to cross stitch, because it looks like it's cross stitched, I think, but I know how to embroider. And mostly I know how to 3D model on Nomad Sculpt. And so I decided to go, hey, why not do something with that and like modeling the family, make a sticker out of that. Which kind of turned into like me at first being like, why don't I make this 3D model look embroidered? And 10 minutes into doing that, I was like, why don't you make the 3D model look embroidered? But I got it done. And in the end, the real hurdle was Stan's glasses, because they're two different textures. I kept accidentally Vox remeshing the two textures, instead of like the pieces of, it was a whole thing. And I fucked it up so bad that Nomad Sculpt took away the undo function. Like in the middle of suddenly two wouldn't undo. Suddenly it kept saying that I had no actions to undo, even though I've been sculpting for hours. So that all went into this sculpt. It's a lot of virtual blood, sweat, and tears. Some real tears. Who's to say? And finally, the pièce de résistance. I would like to preface this by saying that I have never done this before. Like, I have tried to mess with the, like, air dry clay before to make tiny little magnets or whatever. Wasn't very good at that. I've never tried to sculpt, like, a vase or, like, a receptacle or, you know, like a pencil holder or whatever, cup thingy. I've never tried to do that before. I think that's probably fairly obvious. But I am very proud of how it turned out. And I think the execution is good, objectively functional and recognizable. So basically, I was inspired by the Snack Falcon, which I would love to buy some of those snacks. They look banging. I'm always really obsessed with concept art, background art, and these are like little world building details. Like if you see a shelf in a store and it's the background image of like the video game, it doesn't even matter, but you can see the different made up brands and designs. I love that. What caught my eye the most was these like cereal boxes for Snakeums and for Fruit Ghost. I think they're cereal boxes. And I just like, first of all, I want those cereals. They look tight, they look yummy. They look fun, more importantly, which is, I think Greg would agree with me. The most important thing food has to be is fun. And I thought, you know, it's just a box. I see people, like I watch the videos of people making clay stuff because I watch other artists make art. I love it. And I thought, how hard can it be? Like, it's just a box. I'm not trying to do anything super fancy, you know, like other people do. I'm really just trying to make like a straight, smooth box. How hard can it be? Hard. Fucking hard. When I tell you, literally everything that could go wrong went wrong. First of all, I have discovered that the people that make clay things, they actually have a secret extra skill set. And the one skill set, of course, is making beautiful clay things. I salute you. Damn. The second skill set you have that I didn't realize was a full other skill set was Making clay modeling look aesthetic, smooth, and good. I'm gonna tell you right now, when I rolled out my clay, it did not look like it does when clay YouTubers roll out their clay. I will say that much. You can see bits. No amount of watching old like witch episodes was enough to like make me think that this process was anything but extremely difficult for me. I also messed it up because I misremembered. I thought I saw people making these like support structures for their sculptures to keep them like straight, to keep them up, because the clay is really heavy, especially while it's wet, so it can like wave and fall, and so you'll see. And I thought that it was just cardboard, but they were wrapping it in aluminum foil. I didn't wrap mine in aluminum foil. It's still in there. And it made it take an extra 4 days to dry because all of the wet went into the cardboard, and then there was a wet cardboard, and it was a whole, oh, there's still cardboard in there. Okay, don't judge me. This is my first, I guess you can judge me a little. So that was already a struggle just to create the box, right? I was then stuck because I was like, first of all, I ran out of clay. That took a whole thing of clay. I don't think it was supposed to take a whole thing of clay. It legitimately took an entire package of clay. My whole package, the whole package that I had, that I was like, oh, this is enough for 2 things. They're not big. The whole thing gone. And the bottom is abysmally thin, but the whole thing is gone. So I was like, okay, we only have 1, but there's 2 designs that I really liked, and I was gonna do 2. What do I do? And then I was like, ¿por qué no los dos? Like, let's just, you know, a box has 4 sides. There's 2 designs. I can do it. And so, may I present on the one side, Snakeums. And then on the other side, Fruit Ghost. And there she is. That's her new spot. I'm moving stuff. Like I'm still rearranging my shelves, so I just want them empty. There she is. And I love her, and I think she's great. And if you did notice that Snakeum's text kind of snakes its way over to the side because I misjudged the distance, then don't mind me. But yes, I think it's great. And I have this cool pencil holder, trinket holder, mini vase thing for one of my favorite games, and I successfully brought it into this world. I brought it to life. So, you know, I'm gonna continue to Frankenstein these video games, and I'm happy to have started with a cozy, eerie, unsettling one for cozy, eerie, unsettling season. Well, I came, I played, I made some art, cycle of my life. If you want to continue to support me, you can also help by picking which of the movie. Why do I keep calling them that? Which of the YouTube video concepts that I have of the many in my list I should do first or next. Make sure to keep an eye on my community posts here on YouTube, where you can vote in my polls to help determine what kind of content you get, what kind of videos you get. I don't like calling it content, but anyway. Please like, subscribe, and comment, and thank you for your support. I will see you guys next time. Bye. Forgot my line. Forgot. I forgot.